Y'all come on in. Been seeing a lot of crazy comments on my post that seem to be emotionally charged and backed with no emotional intelligence. Mainly coming from you hot-headed devils. Seems to me that every time I make a post concerning the achievements of us indigenous brown-skinned people, you hot-headed, demonic parasitic devils have something negative to say. As if it's y'all duty, like y'all getting paid $60 an hour to denigrate us indigenous so-called black people. Y'all just gotta say something negative. It's like it's against y'all nature at this point to see us just post something great about ourselves. So all you hot-headed cockazoids that's been in the comments talking crazy, now it's your chance to come at me with all you got. Oh, cockazoids, come out and play. Leticia, what's up, Leticia? Go get all the hot-headed devils and bring them on in, y'all. Yeah. You know what? I'm going to read some of these comments that some of them have made, and I'm going to address it. Because, my boy, what's happening? My boy, Jonathan. I'm about to read some of these comments that some of these hot-headed, pinkish pale cave dwellers that put in some of my posts, and I'm going to address it because I know they don't want to address this shit while I'm live. Hold on right quick. Let me find some of them. I'm looking them up now. They say some of the craziest shit that can't be backed with historical documentation. They go straight off pure emotion. And it's because it makes us seem glorified when I make a post that uplifts us so-called black people. Hold on, let me find. Okay, here go one right here. So I had made a post, right? And this guy look like he Mexican. Well, he's talking about how black people make brands look popular and how we should stop wearing Caucasian brands and just popularizing our own brands. So in the process, this Caucasoid, Susan Bird Ellis, she says they stole everything so they can wear whatever they wear. See what I'm saying? This man, all he doing is giving props to us because whatever we touch and we do it, we shine in it. We exceed in it. Without, as long as we ain't got no hindrance, something trying to stop us, we always flourish. You see, and this is why systematic racism has been set up anyway, to stop us from doing that. So anyway, let me see. I'm just reading some of these comments, y'all. So anyway, old Susan said we stole everything. They steal everything. That way they steal everything so they can wear whatever they want to wear. The nerve of this bitch. I'm just keeping it real with you. In the dictionary it said bitch is a hot-headed female. She got to be hot-headed. Say something that stupid. When our ancestors have stolen an entire continent. Then I had another Caucasoid get in the comment. They got to say some stupid shit to justify the demonic practices that have been done to indigenous people. He gets in the comments and he say, we didn't steal it, we conquered it. So, let's just be clear about this here shit. Only a demonic parasite would say, we didn't steal this, we conquered it. That's like someone that goes into your house, hold you at gunpoint, murder your family in force, and force, listen to this, right? Yes, indeed. But that's like a demonic parasite. That's something a demonic parasite would say. We didn't steal it, we conquered it. That's just like, it's like a demonic entity that goes into your house, hold you at gunpoint, your whole family, murder your family, and then force you to sign your land and property or whatever over to them. It's the same thing that Caucasians did in America. And then they reclassified the indigenous so-called black people as Negroes, coloreds, and all this other shit to hide our true identity and land ties or claims to this land. Bobby Hemmett, Ashe. Leo Muhammad, Ashe. Farrakhan, Ashe. I see, yeah. Malcolm X, Ashe. Frederick Douglass, Ashe. Don't forget Elijah Muhammad, the great, Ashe. But see, this is the tactics that they use. They love to try to play deceptive. They love to try to use deceptive intelligence. And for some reason, these hot-headed demonic Caucasoids, they love to try to say, oh, well, it was the Africans that sold y'all into slavery. That's their number one go-to, that one. Or they'll say, well, how come Africa can't get out of the condition that it's in now? Africa's still being subjugated. It's been colonized by like 7 different European countries. Africa so damn split up. All of that was facilitated during the Berlin Conference when they came up with the idea of how they was going to take Africa. Africa is up under total colonization and suppression by Caucasoid supremacists. Furthermore, we in America. We can't control what goes on in Africa. We Americans, we the indigenous Americans. But they love to try to point the finger and keep our attention in Africa. while they sweep your land from up under you. They stole all our damn land. Ain't conquered ain't conquered shit. Then I had one of them say, if it weren't for us, you wouldn't be free in America. The nerve of this stupidity. Stupidity is at an all-time high. She even said, it was your ancestors. This one woman did. She was like, it's your ancestors that sold your ancestors into slavery. No, she said that started slavery. And we should be glad that her Caucasian, European, so-called American ancestors set us free. Now we got to talk about this right quick. Let's just break this shit all the way down, because a lot of them don't know real history because it's been whitewashed. We got to break it down to them. First and foremost, the Arabs started the slave trade. The European Caucasoids, they just took it to a whole nother level of devilishment. Okay? And as far as them freeing us in America, that shit didn't happen. They ass was forced to set us free. They did not want to set us free. They had no choice. Their back was against the wall. Because once the Seminole Wars started, or the Seminole Revolt, or the Geechee Gullah Wars, when the Seminoles went to war with the U.S. government, they whooped the U.S. government's military ass. This forced Abraham Lincoln to sign the Emancipation Proclamation. He had no choice. He had to sign that shit. He didn't want to. But the Seminoles was whooping their ass all through America. They don't tell you about that part, though. They're not going to tell you about that part. It's against their white supremacist nature. It goes against everything that they stand for. They can't do that. It's part of their culture. And whatever is a part of your culture, it becomes a part of your nature by default. So you got to think about this, right? Over 400 years of practicing white supremacy and racism, it becomes subconscious, which makes it a part of their nature. They can't help it. Demons by nature. The whole culture is parasitic. Even the religion that they forced on us is parasitic. They give you Christianity that was made up by a bunch of racist, nothing-ass people. And it was used as a tool to enslave indigenous people. Then they give you this mystical, magical, made-up character, Jesus, this Caucasoid Jesus, that they've used as a tool to justify their slavery through the Bible. It can't get no worse than shit like this when you look up to a God that says, slaves, obey your earthly master as you would your Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Now, we know them motherfuckers put that shit in that Bible. We know this shit. Common sense knows this. Common sense should tell anybody that. Look, I got to give it to you straight. There is no Caucasian by nature that can worship a so-called black Christ figure. It's against, if you see one of them worshiping or serving a so-called black Christ figure, a black Christ, if you see them doing it, they're going against their absolute very nature. And this makes them a freak of nature because they're going against their very nature. See, they'll tell you, oh, I could see myself worshiping a black Christ figure. I could do it. But guess what? They ain't doing it. That don't mean they doing it. Clearly, we know I don't give a fuck. You gonna get Kersey Gray's book, The World's 16 Crucified Saviors. All of them so-called black people. All of them. Before this Christian Christ figure was even thought of, it was 16 crucified saviors prior to then, and all of them were highly melanated. As a matter of fact, the story came from African people. They just plagiarized it and weaponized it and Caucasianized it and used it as a source of systematic cultural servitude. We see right through the bullshit. This how you know their time is up. There was one time we couldn't even see through it. The smoke was so thick. The fog was so thick. The mental fog was so thick. Now we see clean through the bullshit. Ain't no way they can serve a black Christ figure. Ain't no way. Their guilty conscience won't allow them to serve a black Christ. Because the minute they see a black Christ, okay, let's say they pass away. Okay, for instance, right? Caucasian, y'all pass away, right? Everybody gonna pass away. But y'all pass away. Y'all see the one that the Bible says is him, this bronze skin, dark brown skin man with this woolly nappy ass hair. Okay, y'all see that one, probably got dreads in his hair. But when y'all see him, the first thing y'all gonna say is, I had black friends on earth. Yeah, the ones that went with your ideology, not one that had the mind of a revolutionary. The minute a Caucasian get a friend that don't think like them, that has that coon mindset of seeing the world in their eye view, his ass gonna get dismissed as a friend. So in other words, when y'all pass away, and let's say that the story is accurate, let's say Jesus is black, and he coming for his people or whatever. He's supposed to be avenging his people, but he's like the Quran say, on the day of judgment, I shall gather all the guilty blue-eyes. Guilty why? Because your ass been lying the whole time that you're serving the right Christ. You know you can't serve him because y'all ass got something against black people. Okay? So the minute this Christ figure, y'all let your judgment, y'all in the line of judgment, here he go. Here come the Caucasoids walking up to see this black Jesus, and they know he black, but they didn't lie. Jesus gonna say, Yeshua, we'll use Yeshua because they just made up that Jesus shit like 500 years ago. Yeshua gonna say, well, how can you love me when you have abused the very image that represents me on earth for centuries? You hung them, you lynched them. Not one time did you put up an image of me in your household, nor your cathedrals or your churches. You put up a fictional imitation of this Caucasian European to represent me. I know your hearts. It's not in your heart to worship me nor my own or my chosen. That's when he gonna say, Michael, St. Peter, send them to the hellfire. It's against y'all nature. History is the proof. It's written by your own hands. And that's the main reason why you hot-headed demons can't stand real history and has to whitewash it. It's the main reason they taking authentic history out of the schools, because it make y'all feel uncomfortable. Caucasian society is structured on feeling comfortable. As long as, for some reason, it seems like this shit is in the back of their mind. As long as this, to me, this how I see it, and this how history has proven it. It seems like they say, as long as we got these niggers uncomfortable, I can breathe with ease. I'm comfortable now. But the minute they see, like J. Edgar Hoover with his bitch ass, like J. Edgar Hoover, right? He said that the world's biggest threat, the world he talking about in America, he said the world's biggest threat is black unity. And this is why he created the COINTELPRO, to disrupt and destabilize and disorganize any black movement. They ain't worried about nothing else. It's like they don't give a fuck about what the Chinese do, how they come together. The bitches don't care if the Mexicans come together. The bitches don't care if it don't matter. Latinos kind of part of our family too, but they don't care about no other race other than ours. The main focus is to never allow us to become a powerful, one unit based organization of a movement. Explain where the word nigger, niger came from versus who are the Nagas. That's a good question. Let me go into that. So the word nigger was created by the modern day so-called black man. We took that term that they use, which is nigger, they got to put the hard ER on it and shit, just to show what's in them, the hate. That's just a form of their hate expressing itself verbally. So anytime you got the ER on it, there's a distinguishment between the two. We took that word and we used our natural ability of alchemy, because we alchemists by nature. And we turned that negative into a positive. So when you see a black person, on many occasions, so-called black person, they walk up and they'll say, "What up, my nigga?" They're showing love. It's about the degrees and the tones of how it's being used. Okay? But you never hear the indigenous people. Now, when I say indigenous, I mean so-called black, because we indigenous to every landmass on this planet. But you never hear us use nigger. Never. That's some Caucasian, white supremacist, racist shit. They use that. Okay? And then you got the word Naga, which comes from the Kushites, the Naga Kush, which goes way back to the serpentine power, which that's esoteric in its origin, Nagas. And it is the people that can fully absorb the Kundalini energy, the Naga energy, the serpentine energy, which puts melanated people into super consciousness or Christ consciousness. But that Caucasians can never receive that title, nor can they receive that ability, because about 85 to 90% of them have calcified pineal glands. So even if they did awaken their cosmic Naga or Kundalini energy, the doorway is shut, which means that the door to God or the cosmic realm or the heavenly realm is shut off. So by default, they can only do low vibrational things. This is why they have acted like beasts and savages ever since they came out of the Caucasus of the mountains. They can't help that shit. Then they wrestle with the Neanderthal gene. And then they also wrestle with the Rhesus monkey gene. So they're wrestling with so much inner demons within them. By default, they can only do devilishment shit. Okay? They are the direct oppositions of the indigenous people, and history proves it. Everywhere they went over the planet, there was indigenous people. And every time they met them, they slaughtered them. They subjugated them. They exploited them through colonialism. through colonization. Okay? So this is what you get when you live in an indigenous body and the planet is infected with a cancerous tumor on it. Okay, finally, I knew I was going to get me a hot-headed demon on here. Here we go. We got Sean Holland. You're an ignorant, low IQ fool. Okay, now it's your time to shine, Sean Holland. Explain. It's your time. Come on, explain. Because I damn sure can back up everything I say with actual documentation and historical accounts. I'll wait for you. I'll probably be waiting forever. See, this is what these white supremacists do. These suspected white supremacists. This is what they do. When they can't challenge you intellectually, they go to insults. And it shows their IQ. Intelligent people can explain using actual historical documentation, current events that can alter people on a massive scale. Yeah, talk, Sean, the Caucasoid, the hot-headed Caucasian. See, exactly. You're a racist. And most of them don't even know what a racist means. Don't even know what racist means. Don't even know the real definition of it. See, before they challenge you mentally, they're quick to relegate to insults because they don't have the IQ to intellectually make a accurate argument with you. They don't have that type of IQ. They're vibrating on a caveman-like IQ level. You don't even know what racist is. Nothing I say is scientific. I ain't said nothing scientific yet. I said a bunch of common sense and historical documented things that I can prove. Nothing you say is science. Come on, man. You got to come better than that. He might be a little fruitcake. Yeah, he might be a little fruitcake. See, he ain't gonna say shit. He ain't gonna say nothing. All he gonna do is spew out a bunch of ignorant insults that holds no weight. Prove that I'm a racist. I want you to prove this shit. Prove it. The only thing he gonna watch, like y'all check this out. The only thing he gonna end up proving is that his race has been the racist. That's all he about to prove. The boy's so stupid, he don't even know what he about to do. That's all he about to do. That's how stupid and low his IQ is. It's impossible for a black person to be a racist. Impossible. We don't even have the power economic system to back us to be a racist. See, first of all, I can clearly tell your ass don't even know what racist mean. To be a racist. He said all anyone needs to do is read your post. Let me tell you why you feel like, I'm going to tell you exactly why you feel like I'm a racist. concerning my post because it takes away that white superiority complex that you have. And the reason it takes away that white superiority complex is because my posts are more authentic than y'all history has ever been that y'all have whitewashed and given to us. That's why you feel like I'm a racist, because it destabilizes and dismantles your white superiority complex. And that's why you regard or relegate your little twisted up words with insults. Blue Ortiz, he said, we got to give our youth a guiding light, not a black hole. How, bro? Hating people because their skin tone is racism. Yeah, exactly. And Caucasians got a long history or resume of it. So my race don't have that type of, we don't have that history. No, well, you just won't find it. Here you go again. Here go the hot-headed devil. He say, you make up most of your content. You have nothing to back up anything you say. Shit, I done already backed up my stuff. I done already backed it up with so much documentation. With so much documentation. Of course, you read what you want to see. You overlook the other stuff. That's what you do. Most of our biggest stars today are black in America. There is black everything. It considered power. I guess he said it's considered power and pride. Come on, man. So what's that supposed to be saying? Black people don't hold no power. We don't hold no systematic power. All them stars owe allegiance to Caucasian Jewish people. The Caucasian Jews own most of the entertainment field. They don't own shit. Them damn black entertainers don't. It's still systematic racism. There's no difference between a Caucasian Jewish person than just a Christian Jewish person. They both come from the Caucasus Mountains. They just got two different religious beliefs. Let's see what this is. All right. Sean Holler is a racist devil. This shit, clearly. He can't help it. His mama and daddy probably taught him that ignorant shit. Stupidity breeds stupid people. America is not racist, and you guys ain't victims. You must be from another country. Blue Ortiz, you must be from another country. You can't be from America. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. You all out of pocket. I know you ain't from America. They have enough money to buy their own country, bro. Oh my goodness. Anyway, I'm not responding no more. I'm not responding to no more stupid shit. I guarantee you, okay, you say you're from Chicago. When did your family immigrate to America? Because I know you not from America for real. Your family, your lineage is not from America. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. He said, I don't walk out the house crying about white. I don't either. My aim and my purpose is to destroy Caucasian white supremacy. It's my pleasure. And I'm going to do it every chance I can get. Because it's an artificial construct that was made to keep the Caucasians in power and keep indigenous people subjugated to their racist ass mindset, their systematic practices. Who told you I was a victim? Ain't none Caucasian victimized me. Shit. Not one. I ain't never been victimized by a Caucasian. I'm talking about so-called black people as a whole. Systematically. Oh, little Blue Ortiz getting in his feelings now. He said he'll beat your fucking ass. Oh yeah, he mentally unstable and emotionally unstable. The boy is crashing out. Crashing out. He has no emotional intelligence. None. People like that belong in the cage. Can't navigate through their emotions intelligently. So they lash out, make irrational decisions. And then later on, while they sitting in prison somewhere, they thinking, I could have handled that better than that. But I let my emotions get the best of me. Yeah, that's right. That dog just got hit. Oh, my boy said you a bitch. Oh, well, if he said you a bitch, I'm pretty sure you a bitch. If he said it, I'm sure you're a bitch if he said it. And based on the definition of what the word bitch is, when you look it up in the dictionary, it means a hot-tempered female. Your ass is definitely acting like a hot-tempered female because your emotions is all out of control. So, yeah, I'm at the agree with him. Yeah, that's what you are. What happened to the hot-headed devil that was in here? Where you go? Let me look him up. Oh, Sean Holland. Oh, I got to get back on this devil. Because I love whooping on the devil now. I'm not racist. I have a problem with other races. You're the one. Wait a minute. What is ignorant fucker with? Wait a minute. Let me see. I got to find her. He said, hold on. I'm going to find him, y'all. Hold on, wait. He keep repeating the same old thing about I'm making up content. Where's fool at? Okay, so I'm not racist. I have no problem with other races. Exactly. He ain't got a problem with other races. But damn sure got a problem with my race. You're the one spouting hate and racist content daily. Hey, like I said, it's racist to a white supremacist because it dismantles your superiority complex. Ain't nothing racist about my post. Not nothing. Nothing. It just doesn't fit the Caucasian narrative of what and how y'all want to program us to see things. We don't want to see things y'all way. Bitch, we want to see it our way. Just like y'all been seeing it y'all way. What's wrong with us viewing things in our own like? What's wrong with us having our own ideologies? It's like y'all bitches got to be in the center of what we do. Nosy ass motherfuckers. Take it easy on the Puerto Rican. They lost too. They've been brainwashed by colonizers as well. They've been brainwashed. They just as fucked up as a lot of us are through colonization. See what y'all gotta do? You gotta take that hot-headed, pinkish pale devil mentally now and spank all the falsehood out his ass. Whoop his ass like he a little child. You know what I'm cheering? They be messing up. They always fucking up. You just got to discipline them. You tried to talk to him. You didn't talk to him multiple times. You didn't tell him, hey, don't do that now. Stop that. Then at some point you just say, you know what? Fuck it. I got to go and whoop your ass. That's how you got to do them. You got to mentally whoop this hot-headed, demonic, devilish motherfucker's ass intellectually. And you know you're doing it because all they doing is lashing out with insults. Right now, old boy Sean Holland, he getting his ass whooped. Because all he can't say nothing intelligent. Hey, Blue Ortiz, guess what? I'm sure he don't give a shit, and I know I don't give a shit. You said the Warriors and Kings laughing at you and Jonathan feminine bitch ass. I'm sure he don't give a shit, and I know I don't give a shit. When you start saying something that's intelligent, and then we can converse in some real conversation. Insults ain't gonna get you nowhere. Might get you blocked. You keep it up. Because at that point, you just trolling. Look, I ain't getting in that. Y'all, look, look, personally, I ain't got no issue with Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, none of them, Latinos, me personally. You and Jonathan want to go back and forth, y'all go ahead. I ain't stopping nothing. But I do know this, that a lot of the Puerto Ricans have been brainwashed, mentally colonized. No, I'll just say it's stupidity. Stupidity and a lack of intelligence and a lack of actually researching real historical accounts of what makes you think the way you think. What you say is, I know one thing, it ain't gonna never be a Hispanic president in this country. Hell no. No, they ain't having that shit. Hell no. Oh, isn't it? Okay, look, check this out though. If it does, it has to be one that they planted, that they know that they control, that they can control. When I say they, let me be clear. I'm talking about the Caucasians or the system of white supremacy. Blue, stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. Stop it. Okay, I'm not the type person to stoop to a low parasitic level because it's a waste of energy and intelligence. But we know that you are not American. You're not. The only real Americans are so-called black people. Everybody else immigrated over this bitch. We been over here. You a so-called American if you born over here. You a so-called American. You never did tell me what your lineage was. And I'm sure you ain't gonna say it. I know your people migrated over here. Now the whole theory of all so-called black people coming out of Africa is some bullshit. 80% of us was already over here. 20% came from Africa. We been here. There's no such thing as a Caucasian European American. Those are immigrants. They migrated over here. Yeah, you bullshitting. Surface dwelling at that. I'm going to the origin of this shit. Surface dwelling. Okay, you asked it. Now we getting some damn well. Thank you. Now we getting somewhere. My family from Mexico. Thank you, finally. Now we getting somewhere. Thank you. We were here before America, before Mexico. Okay, appreciate you, Blue. Now we talking with some sense. Thank you. But guess what, Blue? Guess what? I'm pretty sure you probably don't even know that. Hopefully you know your own history. Because it'd be bad if I know your history better than you. Do you know, Blue, that the Mexicans are a new race? Do you know that? Do you know that? Oh, so now your ass just lying now. Now you just lying. This, hold on, let me see if I can clip this. Wait a minute. Let me pin this shit. Yeah, let me pin that one. Did I pin it? I hope I pinned this shit. Hold on, let me see. Hold on, where is it? This man said, you weren't the Aztecs, you not the Olmecs, you are not the Mayans. Yeah, I pinned it. Oh, yeah. I know for a fact you don't know shit. I know for a fact you don't know shit. First of all, if your ass from Mexico and you were Aztec, y'all first started off from the Siberian Peninsula. Y'all moved all the way through the Bering Strait. Y'all Mongolians did. Y'all moved along through the Bering Strait. Then when you came over here in North America, You ran into these so-called black people. You intermix with them. Just so you know this now. I don't know if you ass really know your history or not. And then here come the Spanish conquistadors. They brought their ragged ass over here. Then they started intermixing with the blacks and the Mongolians that already had started intermixing. And then, poof, the Mexican race was born. Yeah, that's how y'all got here. Y'all have indigenous black people DNA in y'all. You got Spanish conquistadors in you. And you got Mongolian in you. That's why your ass look Mongolian looking, and you got a natural tint of brownish to you. And that's why most of you speak Spanish, and most of y'all are Catholics, because the Spanish forced that shit on y'all. Your ass is not indigenous to America. And you're not the original. What that shit at? What that bullshit at? You're not the original Aztecs, and you're definitely not the original Olmecs or Mayans. All you gotta do is look up original images of Mayans and Olmecs. And anybody can clearly see the phenotypes as so-called African. The damn Mayans got dreadlocks all in their head. And they have the exact same custom as did the Egyptians. The only difference is the Egyptians wore the Egyptians wore leopard skins over their shoulders. Over here in America, the Mayans wore the jaguar skin over their shoulders. That's the only difference. Clearly, you don't know your own history. Yeah, you've been whitewashed too. Been brainwashed. Mexicans so mixed with everything in them. They got Caucasian, Mongolian, so-called black people in them. Y'all the newest race. Caucasians had the newest race on lock for years. But yeah, y'all Mexicans, y'all knew. When I used to do brick masonry work, and I worked with a lot of Mexicans, I asked this Mexican guy, I said, hey man, what does the word Mexican mean? He told me, this is what he told me. He said it means a new beginning. Yeah, a new beginning because y'all got colonized too, and y'all had to start over anew. Now I don't know how true that is, but that's what I was told by a Mexican guy. Here we go with this I got to call him what he is. Here we go with this here idiot, Sean Harlan. He said that's a false statement. Black people are not the original Native Americans. The term Native American was just made. I think they made that in the 1950s or 60s or something like that. And prior to then, they was not using the term Native. They were using like Aboriginal to refer to the indigenous Americans. So it might have been between the 1950s and 1970s when they started using the term Native. I'm not sure, but I know it was around in the 19th century, or this century anyway, in the 19th century. But and that term was applied to the Mongolian Native Americans, but it was taken from black people, so-called black people, from a white supremacist by the name of Walter Plecker. He did that. But originally, the original Americans were and are so-called black people. But we have been mislabeled and reclassified throughout time. At one point, we were called Moors, Indians, colored, Negro, black, African American, minority, African American, black. So they did this to hide our real identity so that they could legally cut our ties from connection to this land and our actual lineage as far as being indigenous Americans. No other race has this been done to, only us. And it's for a reason. It's a land thieving, conniving, scheme, scapegoat to steal land right from up under the indigenous owners of the land. Let me see what this man here talking about. Jonathan, keep up the good work. Stay on his ass. Let me see what this hot-headed devil talking about. Okay, let's see. Made to believe you were African. Yeah, we're not continental Africans. We had an ethnogenesis. We are the foundation of America. My race of people built America. Your race of people benefited from my race of people that built America. You really should be giving thanks. Y'all really should have a fucking holiday celebrating so-called black people. Along with Caucasians. They need to make a holiday celebrating foundational so-called black Americans. It would be the most honorable thing to do. That's the least you can do. Instead of talk shit. Ungrateful ass folks. Even your president, the one y'all worship as a god, y'all love sucking his nuts. President Trump, he said it his own self. Black Americans built America. He said black Americans built this country. Even he know that shit. And he ain't the brightest in the pack. But he know that. You are not part of the foundation. My lineage. Boy, here kind of slow. Yeah, you clearly an immigrant. Clearly you're an immigrant. You said, why I come up with this shit? Yeah, you clearly an immigrant. You don't even deserve to be in this conversation. You in the wrong space. You definitely in the wrong space. At this point, you just a parasite. That's it. You're just a parasite. You guys have built shit in the last 2,000 years. Yeah, we built a lot of shit in the last 2,000 years. Yeah, we did. You got it right. I know you meant to say haven't built shit, but you actually worded it right. You guys have built shit in the last 2,000 years. Yeah, we did. Yeah, I know. America is powered by so-called black inventions, but we weren't able to patent it. The caucasoids, the hot-headed devils, They had to come in, steal our inventions, put their names on it, so that they can generate foundational wealth throughout the centuries. Systematic racism. That way they can always be ahead of us economically, and we up under them. There's so many inventions that my race have contributed to America that you benefit from, but yet you show no gratitude. You ungrateful thing. You ungrateful thing. And you have directly inherited the mindset of the ones that colonized your Mexican ass. It's like I'm talking to a white supremacist talking to you. You ain't no better than him. Thank you, Deborah. Keep it going. Keep it going. Thank you, Deborah. Slap his ass in the brain cells with it. If it weren't for toilet, if it weren't for my ancestors inventing the toilet, your ass wouldn't be able to take a shit like you want to. You had to go out in the backyard and dig a hole and shit and bury it with a shovel. But little gratitude do you show. You ungrateful thing. Stoves, refrigerators, keep it going. Keep it going, sister. Keep it going. I know these bitches hate it. You see Sean and shut the fuck up. I done beat all the little intelligence that he had, which wasn't much at all, out his brain cells. So he probably done passed that from the fatigue. Air conditioners. There we go. Solar. Oh, don't forget about the GPS system. Don't forget about the home security system. Throw that in there too so they can see it. Just throw it in there for your boy. Throw it on in there. Thank you. Telephones. Thank you. Even the chair. The Egyptians invented the chairs so he can sit his raggedy ass down on and not do shit in life. Blue Ortiz, stop wasting your time, man, and learn something. Get out your ego. You must give up the Caucasoid colonized mindset. You must give it up. Give up the white supremacist mindset. You are Mexican that was colonized by Spanish conquistadors, the Caucasoid Spanish conquistadors, and yet you still uphold your oppressor's racist, nothing-ass parasitic mindset. You must let them go. Starve them out. So listen, indigenous people, so-called black people, and listen up, indigenous people, nationwide, wide and far, listen up. Do you see that we have enemies all over the globe? We are the most hated, yet we've contributed the most to the world, and yet no glory or no honor do these nothing-ass people give to us. Not all, but clearly we see the parasites in the comments. But this is what we have to deal with. You talking civilizations? Man, we contributed. Okay, let me break this down to you right quick, because apparently you got a lot of researching to do. I could tell now your ass, you was horrible in school. I don't know what they teaching over there in Mexico or Chicago, but whoever your teacher was, shit. I don't know how they survived that one. Anyway, okay, the cave dweller is still here. The Neanderthal, Sean, is still here. He's a reflection of his foreparents, the racist enslavers. So right now, y'all, basically we have one of the slave master's children amongst us. And we also have a colonized bad representation of a Mexican in the comments. So, where he at? Let me go back. He said he's talking civilizations, cities, kingdoms. Well, little do you know that it was the African Moors that went up into Spain, up in Europe, and paved streets and paved sidewalks where pedestrians could walk alongside. It was the African Moors that built 16 different universities up in Europe. While yet Christian Europe was still in the Dark Ages. 90% of them were illiterate, couldn't even read. They took baths every 6 months. No, every year, except the Queen. She took a bath every 6 months. Okay? Little do you know. Documented resources. Go read Blackout Through Whitewash by Dr. Suzar. Okay? I'm going to give you some book references so you can check this shit here out. Okay? Also, when Christian Europe was living in big barns, the royals of the black nobility, of the Moorish monarch, was living in splendid palaces, while Christian Europe was in the Dark Ages, shitting in pots, throwing shit and piss out the windows. And this is where you get the term, you ain't got a pot to piss in. And at the time when Christian Europe was about to meet the fate of total annihilation through the Black Plague, here comes again the saviors of humanity, the African Moors, who came and taught them to wash their nasty ass to prevent all these STDs that they had going around left and right. It was even common for them to have sex with their animals back then. Christian Europe was still holding on to their Caucasus Mountain, living in the cave syndromes. Blue Ortiz, you got a lot of research to do. A lot of research to do. And when it was asked by the Mayans, who built these pyramids? And I ain't talking about the original Mayans. I'm talking about the Mongoloid ones that came and inherited fragments of the culture of the original Mayans. When they asked the Mongolian Mayans, who built these pyramids? They was told, oh, these pyramids is already here. They was here before we got here. We walked into it. They were built by the Olmecs of the Z people. And these people looked extremely Africanoid, highly melanated. So y'all walked into something that was already built that gave you a foundation to even build some shit. So you mean to tell me we ain't the foundation of the Americas? Shit. Fuck you talking about? We the foundation of Europe too. Took their ass out the Dark Ages. The Moors were Arabic. This boy is so lost. Arabic is a language. Ain't nobody a language. It is, Lord have mercy. I don't even know why I waste my time talking to you. But look here, y'all. This is a learning lesson for all of those that are vibrating very low intellectually. Let me see what's going on in the comments, y'all. I ain't read the comments in a minute because I had to cook for a minute. This man said, this man here, wait a minute, look what he said. This Mexican brother, this Mexican confused brother said that the Moors were Arabic. Apparently he don't know that Arabic is a language. The Moors were African. Most of them come from Morocco and Tunis. Morocco is in Africa, dude. God damn. What the fuck? There are so many statues of Moors. I want you do yourself a favor. Google Moors in Spain. Statues of Moors in Spain. Original paintings of Moors in Spain. Okay? And they look exactly like a brother out of Africa. There's a distinguishment between the indigenous American people. I'm talking about black people in America, the original Americans, and a continental African. You can tell we the same race, but there's something different about us. And it's got something to do with the climate. It's got something to do with that. It's got something to do with the continent or the climate of what shaped us as our phenotype features. Not only that, you right. I heard one of you Caucasoid-minded people said, we not 100%. He probably meant African or black. Shit, how can we be? All the damn raping y'all rotten ass ancestors did during slavery? How can we be? We probably got a little Caucasoid somewhere in there. But according to y'all ignorant ass, y'all created a one drop rule saying that if you got 1% black in you, you consider black. Now, what if one of y'all went to go get an authentic DNA test and come to find out you got some black in you? Will you claim it? I'm sure you won't, because you're going to keep that white privilege going. You're not going to claim, you're not going to put, and when you fill out an application, you're still going to put white. Even if you find out you got that indigenous in you. Because you don't want to lose that privilege. But if you took a DNA test, it will show that you're part Caucasian. I know I got some Caucasian in me. All the damn raping that took place. I'm sure I do. I ain't stupid. I ain't stubborn. Unlike some of y'all. I'm sure some of y'all got a lot of so-called black in y'all. Because we know that the Caucasian enslaving so-called white woman, she couldn't get enough of those Mandingos. She was sneaking out in the bars, making them screw her against their own will. And if they didn't do it, she'll say, I'll go tell massa that you tried to touch me, that you was reckless eyeballing me. So they was forced to go up in her rotten vagina against their own will and board these mulatto babies. I'm sure a lot of y'all got some indigenous DNA somewhere deep down in there. But you don't want to claim that part, do you? You know why you can't claim it? Because it's against your nature to be anything so-called black. You're racist by nature. It's a part of your culture. You practiced it for centuries. You can't help it. You was born into it. So you're basically just a piece of shit. You can't help it. Them Mandingos was lighting them damn Caucasian women up during slavery. Here come the little pinkish pale Caucasian man with his little 2 to 3 inch killer, couldn't do nothing in bed with the woman. Shit, every chance she got, she was sneaking in them boys, screwing them damn Mandingos. That's right. All right, Blue, take care of yourself, man, and spread the word to your Mexican comrades that they've been brainwashed too by the hot-headed, pinkish pale, cave-dwelling Caucasian devil. This is not to say that all Caucasians are bad. But when we look at historical accounts, that shit is overwhelming. It is rooted in racism. America is rooted in racism. The system is rooted in racism. The police department is rooted in racism. Oh yeah, so was Massa. And chance, yeah, we ain't gonna leave him out neither, Deborah. Let me get on his raggedy, demonic ass. every chance he would get, he would see his flat-ass wife walking around in her undies, and he would shake his head and say, damn, I got to deal with this shit just to preserve my race. He was so dissatisfied. He would look at it and shake his head. And every chance he would get, he would sneak his rotten, low-frequency, parasitic, demonic, two-legged beast ass out into the barns. And he would take Hilda, or whatever they used to call them back then. I think Hilda like a good slave name. And he would take her out in the woods and he would rape her continuously because he seen that beautiful, voluptuous, round, nice ass compared to that of what he would see on a daily basis. He had the desire for this black, so-called black indigenous woman. Couldn't keep his eyes off her while she was out there in the fields and in the kitchen cooking. And every chance his wife would gaze at him and catch him peeping at this beautiful, voluptuous, black, queenly-fied beauty. And she would eyeball him and say to herself, if he keeps looking at this nigger, I'm going to make up an excuse, a lie to have her hung, beat to death. And he would try his hardest not to look at her. But every time he would go to bed with his flat-ass wife, hips straight up and down like an ironing board, even while having sex with his wife, he would be thinking about old Hilda out there living in the barns. He would be thinking of Hilda the entire time just to even get aroused. And he will rape Hilda every chance he gets, over and over again. And then here come people like Blue Ortiz, born brainwashed, look a little mixed, you know. These mulatto babies would be born and denied access to a better life because they had that one drop in them. Thus, you get the one drop rule, created in 1914. It might have been I think it was 1915 to be exact, when Jack Johnson was screwing all these white women, and they couldn't take it no more because he was whooping their ass and screwing their women. So they made up a law strictly for his black ass that would affect all of us, called the Mann Act. This is why that's why they made that one drop rule. Because Jack Johnson, an American hero, he lived free in a country where freedom wasn't even tolerated for an indigenous man or woman. He didn't give a fuck. And if I'm telling you now, if all indigenous, so-called black people in America had his mindset, you know, that removal of fear alone, that removal of the colonized mindset alone, I think Caucasians would go into a panic and probably have a nervous breakdown. It'd be a lot of crazy shit to the extreme degree going on in America. They wouldn't be able to take it. If they made a law for one man, imagine if it was millions of us that had a mindset like Jack Johnson, he just didn't give a fuck. They care nothing about your white supremacist system. I mean, beside the fooling with these Caucasian women part, yeah, we can leave that part out because we know they use Caucasian women as a tool to basically incarcerate black people and have them murdered throughout, the centuries of historical accounts. So, we can't trust them anyway. I mean, we just basing this shit off history. Many of us was lynched for even just looking at these motherfuckers. Jack Johnson didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. What's this Sean Hollander? He didn't left now, I guess. Yeah, he couldn't take it no more. I'd have knocked all the racism out of his brain cells. He going to have to go back and re-up some racism in his brain cells. He going to have to go watch some damn movies on some movies, some slavery movies of how Caucasians mistreated us, so he can come back feeling empowered and shit. I done intellectually whooped his ass. Then beat the steam out that hot-headed devil. Yeah, it hurt him. Hurt his little ego. He'll be back with his ignorant ass. Them devils, they love to come in when truth comes. Every time some truth come in, a truth speaker come in, here they come creeping they little creepy, crawling, crittery looking asses all up in there, trying to see what's going on. That devil love trying to steal a hearing when the voice of reason and truth comes. They just got to see what's going on. What are these niggers talking about? What are they talking about? What are these niggers talking about? So they can go back in their little space, their little clan meetings, and tell it. Oh, this is what they're talking about now, you know. They actually know. They know that their land was stolen. They know that we've given it to Mongolian so-called Native Americans. They know it now. What do we do, Jimmy? What do we do? Jimmy sit his little stupid ass over there looking like a hillbilly. There's nothing much we can do, Thomas. We just got to keep white supremacy up, Thomas. Well, we still have the system supporting us, you know. You stupid ass fuckers. We still have our privilege, you know. But they're waking up, Jimmy. They're waking up. The niggers are waking up, Jimmy. Shit. Fuck. Let's go to Bass Pro Shop and buy more bullets. Stupid motherfuckers. I'm still here, buddy. I'm still here. I'm still gathering information so I can go back and talk and tell my clan buddies. I'm still here, buddy. Still here now. You think I'm going to pass up this vital information to take back to my clan meetings? You must be fucking joking me. I'll see you in there, son. I know what you're saying. I'm still here, buddy. You wish, hey, son, you wish that you had that melanin in you. But that sulfur melanin, I'm going to tell you something, too. I always thought this shit. And when I was a little boy, you know, as a child, you think like a child, but still, it still got a little significance to, you know, how things go. I used to think to myself, these Caucasian people, they love showing vampire movies and shit. You don't see, like in its original state. I ain't talking about now. I'm talking about, but you don't, like when you research this shit, you don't see indigenous people talking about vampirism. And I always thought as a child, like, what if Caucasians are the real vampires? I mean, they get burnt by the sun like vampires do. They have a long history of eating people. Thus, you get Nat Turner. You get the book, The Delectable Negro, on how they made it a delicacy of recipes to cook indigenous people when they would eat them. That's some vampiric shit. And when they was in the caves, they was drinking blood, eating dead animals, uncooked, and doing all type of inhumane things, like going down on that woman when her monthly cycle was on while they was in the caves in hillsides of the Caucasus Mountains. So I'm thinking like, maybe these motherfuckers is the real vampires. I mean, just based off the history alone. Yeah, they would eat us. It was common for them to eat us, especially in America. In the Dark Ages, they did a lot of it too. They used to eat the mummies of the ancient Egyptians. Shit, half of the mummies of the I'm gonna tell you like this: about 90% of the mummies in Egypt were eaten. What you see now that's in the museums over there in Britain, the British Museum, that's about 10% of the mummies. Like about 90% of them was eaten. And they thought that by eating these African mummies, they thought that they would gain supernatural abilities. And they used it as a so-called form of medical aid. The shit crazy. The cannibalism runs deep within their culture historically. And see, when I talk about this or post stuff like this, you're a racist, buddy. You're a racist. Because guess what? It dismantles their white superiority complex. And they have to feel like they're in control. They have to feel this way. Because that mindset was developed when they was in the cold climate of the Caucasus Mountains. The narcissistic, psychopathic behavior of being in control was created while they was in the Caucasus Mountains. You got to think about it. They come out of a harsh, cold environment where it was everything was kill or be killed. There was no comfort zone for them. They found comfort within the dog because the dog protected them while they were in the cage. Even to the point to where they named the most high deity God. And when you turn his name back was his dog, because to them, the dog was their God because it protected them while they were in the cage. They can't help this shit. They must feel like they're in control. So when you you make a post on any social media platform that dismantles white supremacy, they go in panic. They start hyperventilating. They start going into shock. And they start calling you a racist and start blurting out all type of irrelevant insults that have nothing to do with the truth of the post. And they just can't handle it. The Neanderthal DNA starts to unlock in them, and it starts wrestling with the rhesus monkey DNA, and they start acting out. They can't help the shit. There's ways to activate the Neanderthal DNA in them, and that's truth. There's ways to activate the rhesus monkey DNA in them, and that's with truth. And that's with dismantling white supremacy. This is why they act like a monkey. You know how they say, well, I'll be a monkey's uncle. Well, they ain't lying. It's coming out of them subconscious that they're akin to this, you know. Yeah, we loving. We a little too loving. That's the damn problem. We're a little too loving. If we had their mindset, none of that shit that went down in history would have never happened. We from God. We from the originator of the creation of the heavens and earth. We from the creator that structured multi-dimensional realities. They lack the substance that connects them to that, which is neuromelanin and a functional pineal gland, which taps one into superconsciousness, which is Christ consciousness, or the higher dimensional realms, or the cosmic creator. They lack it. So by default, they're shut off from God, the originator of the heavens and earth. This is why the Bible says, you are from your father, the devil. He was a murderer from the beginning and a liar, and abode not in the truth. And when he speaketh of his own, because there is no truth within him. If you were from my father, you will love me, but you cannot. You are from your father, the devil. And the lust of your father ye shall do. What is these lust? Murdering and lying. Ye shall do, which means regardless of opposition. You shall do it regardless. And this is what they have been doing forever. I've heard and I've read where they said shit like, oh, it's talking about Cain. He was a murderer from the beginning. No, it's talking about Yaqub. He was a murderer from the beginning because his ass was killing indigenous so-called black babies when they were first born, saving all the lighter babies. Saving all the lighter babies, feeding the dark-skinned babies to alligators and wild animals and shit. He was killing shit. The island of Patmos, where Yaqub was doing his genetic engineering, making these savages, these cavies, was a death chamber. It was a horror movie in real life. They are from their father, Yaqub. We come from the cosmic originator or creator of the multi-realities of dimensions. There's a difference between us and them. This is why we are such loving people. We can't help it. It's a part of our nature. Their nature is different. They can't help it. History is the proof. And they got a long resume of it. I mean, you think about it. Why everywhere that they have went, they have to kill, steal, subjugate, use technology and deception by reclassifying people as different names every other 50 years, reclassifying them, legally disconnecting them from their heritage, their lineage in their land. I see the devil is still amongst us. The hot-headed, cave-dwelling devil is still amongst us. See, he'll say, let me tell you something about the devil, Nate. The devil will say, we're all from God. Why can't we just be friends? We're all from God. That's what they'll do. They'll say that. No, we not. No, we not from the same God. No, we not. See, they'll say, more made up bullshit. I see you, buddy. You're making it up. This is bullshit. But they will not come with any proof to back up the dumb shit that they say. And it's dumb shit because they have no proof. Meanwhile, their own historians have proven what I'm saying. Count Zivonay. Count Zivonay has written a book called The Ruins of Ancient Empires. Hold on right quick, because y'all know I got them documentations for y'all ass. Let me see. I sleep with this shit under my pillow. Hold on. Let's see. Oh yeah, y'all, shit about to get nice. Wait a minute. Hold on right quick, y'all. I'm coming at you. All right. Right here. Let me show you. Count Zivonay wrote in his book, shit might be backwards on here, but it's called The Ruins of Empires. See that? You see that right there? The Ruins of Empire? You see that black face that's dug up? That Olmec head? The indigenous American? See that? He talks about how we are indebted to the African Ethiopian for the use of speech. Because y'all asses in the caves grunting. That Greek language, that's an African Etruscan language. Y'all weren't speaking no language. You ungrateful sons of bitches. I'm telling you, you should give us a holiday. But you want to dehumanize the ones that taught you everything. He also said in this book, that had not it been for the African Ethiopians, we would not know mathematics, astrology, astronomy, agriculture. It's in his book. Oh, hold on. I think I even marked it. Let me see. Where we at? I might have marked it. Because I can read the shit verbatim. Let's see. Let's see. Give me a second, because I might just find the shit. Oh, then found the motherfucker. Then found it. Screenshot the motherfucker if you can. Then found it. Can y'all see that? I'm finna read what y'all own scholar said. See, a French scholar. He's a Caucasian guy now. This is what he had to say. He said, let me turn the camera so y'all can see this shit. This is what he had to say. Come on now, stream. Clear up so they can see this shit. So y'all can see. Oh, yeah, I ain't making up shit. He says, there a people now forgotten, discovered, while, I'm reading slow enough so you can get it, because I know your ass a little slow, Sean. While it said, there a people now forgotten, discovered while others were yet barbarians. The element of the what? Okay, we're gonna move over here now. The element of the arts and sciences. Hold on. The elements of the arts and sciences. A race of men now rejected from society for their stable skin and frizzled hair, founded on the studies of the laws of nature, those civilized and religious systems which still govern the universe. See that? Lower down, those dusky points are the pyramids whose masses have astonished you. You see that? He talking about stable skin and frizzled hair. He talking about black people. So-called black people. Sean, little acknowledgement will your racist ass give while y'all were yet barbarians. Then we can go on this here book, if you want to, for more information proving that black people are indigenous, so-called black people are indigenous to America. I don't know if y'all can see that, but the name of the book is called 19 White Men Who Admitted There Were Indigenous Black People in the Americas. And this is coming from what we call primary sources. Yeah, that should really make your white supremacist mindset go into shock. And then we have the Iceman inheritance of why this two-legged animal has acted like a beast. Talks about how he lived while he was in the caves and how he brought his savage-like ways out into the civilized world among the indigenous so-called black nations. Oh, yeah. Then we can also go into this, but this right here go totally over a white supremacist mind. This here is the chariots of the black gods, documented accounts by people around the whole entire planet. That's a little bit too much for Sean, the supreme racist. Your own scholars come to the forefront. Your own scholars know this shit and they know it well. That's all you can do is laugh. Cause your ass ain't finna say nothing intelligent. You can't, cause your IQ ain't there. Cause the Neanderthal DNA is unlocking. because it's challenging your white superiority complex. The motherfucker is malfunctioning. No, I'm a supreme historian, and I'm a supreme realist, unbiased, unlike you. I'm a supreme scholar, unlike you. See, the thing about it is, y'all have this notion and this stereotype. Oh, black people don't like to read. Well, guess what, bitch? You got one. I love reading. Black people don't like to read. That racist ass stereotype. Yeah, you got that low. Yeah, you definitely got a low monkey IQ. Definitely got that. You ain't said nothing on here intelligent yet. Not one thing. You ain't gave no book sources. You ain't gave shit. You ain't got no resources of legitimate claim to prove nothing that you ain't said shit anyway. First of all, only thing you've been doing is trying to throw little insults. You know they don't like to read, right, buddy? Oh, just put it in the book. They'll never know. You stupid motherfucker. Oh, we know. Oh, we definitely know. We know. Y'all want to know how to send a white supremacist into shock? I repeat, speak the truth. Unwhitewashed. Oh, they get in a frenzy. The motherfuckers start panicking, start getting anxiety. They can't compete or compute intellectually, so they resort to insults. The true nature of this hot-headed beast begins to emerge. And you get to see him for what his true nature is. You get to see him at his true face because they put on masks in public. But if you want to undress his real mindset of what he hides behind a mask or an illusion, speak truth to white supremacy. Speak truth to whitewashed history. And you'll see the devil in the real flesh. My comprehension isn't whitewashed. That's what you question. My comprehension isn't from the lens of a Caucasoid. That's what you question. So question that. Yeah, it's entertaining so you can go back to your clan meetings and discuss ways on how you can interject it or how you can destabilize it. It's too damn late now, though. We already waking up. It's too damn late. Your time is up. Your time is up. This is the beginning stages. Wait till the shit starts spreading like a wildfire. You welcome, Deborah. You welcome. All right, look, this is going to be a question and answer right quick because I'm about to get off here. Anybody got any questions? And I answer them to my best ability. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know. I'm not about to act like I know everything. Unlike this hot-headed cave-dwelling devil. He claimed he know everything, but ain't gave no information at all. Ain't nothing but unstable emotions. That's it. No emotional intelligence whatsoever. No intellectual intelligence whatsoever. And you know why? Because these bitches feel like they can say whatever and we roll with it. It's that I'm white and I say so bullshit. That's what it is. I'm white and I say so. And your ass ain't white. You're pinkish pale. That's one of the biggest lies ever fucking made up. Your ass not white. Your ass is pinkish pale. And the reason that white term was made up was to denigrate black people, so-called black people, and to uplift Caucasians. You see, the original term of them making this so-called white definition to verify their race was to symbolize purity, godlike, angelic, innocent. But in reality, they were absolutely the opposite. Meanwhile, when they deemed us as black, it represented evil, devilish, something negative, demonic. So if we were to revert things in its proper order, using their terms, technically, we would be considered white, and that would be considered black. Because we were godlike, doing everything for these lazy motherfuckers during slavery, doing sharecropping times and Jim Crowing and all this shit. We was doing everything angelic in their favor. And they was doing everything demonic or black in our favor. Yeah, we brown. We learned all that shit in preschool, but it just goes to show how ignorant his forefathers are and how primitive they are by calling indigenous people black just to relegate us to evil, demonic, and relegate them to purity, godlike, angelic. Meanwhile, they were doing everything that was demonic. There's nothing that a demon can't do that the Caucasians have not done. Oh, you telling me I don't know what I'm talking about? Apparently your ass just crawled out the caves in the Caucasus Mountains. Apparently. You must be one of the ones that got stuck in the Caucasus Mountains and just crawled out the bitch. Don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Yeah, you're going to play stupid. You know why you're going to play stupid? Because it's going to shatter your white superiority complex. That's right. That's what it's going to do. And your ass can't handle that because you just start malfunctioning. The Neanderthal DNA and the rhesus monkey DNA starts to unlock in you. Then you start hurling slurs. This nigger. I know you want to say nigger so bad. You want to say it so bad. So bad. Probably done said it over a million times in your lifetime. But that's what you do when you can't intellectually compute. Your ass gotta go in demon mode, which you are. You can't help your nature. Anyway, it's been fun whooping these hot-headed, two-legged beasts. It is my pleasure to whoop on them mentally, intellectually. I aim to crush the white supremacist mindset. I was born for it. When I die, I want them to put it on my tombstone. He hated white supremacy. Put it on my tombstone. He hated injustice. Put it on my tombstone. He loved whooping on a hot-headed devil. Put it on my tombstone. Put it on my tombstone. Put it on my tombstone. Until then, may the force be with you all. Peace.